It's the 2nd June 2015 and I'm standing right in front of the Edinburgh Castle. Yep, I'm in Scotland and I'm indeed in the capital of Scotland in Edinburgh for the conference of the International Society of Behavioral Nutrition and Physical Activity. And for me being here, it also means that I've indeed managed to visit 30 countries before I turned 31 in 2 days, which is great. What is not so great that it is extremely cold, it's super windy and it's raining, and I'm actually wearing my winter jacket, and still I'm super jet lagged because I just arrived basically in Europe like 2 days ago. I didn't sleep at all, and yep, it's pretty tough. But anyway, I'm gonna be here for another 5.5 days, and we shall see what all happens, and see you there. Alright, this is Edinburgh, 7th June. The conference is over. I have 1 day complete freedom to do whatever I want. Conference went well, my presentation was well received. Made a few nice contacts, shaked a few important hands, so we shall see what happens. And I will basically walk you through Edinburgh today and show you a little bit of the historic sites, and as well as overall lifestyle, I would say. Probably be stopping by in a supermarket and show you that the whole supermarket is full of frozen food and giant chips packets and boxes of chocolate and so forth. So however, here one of the little small churches just around the corner where I stayed, they're pretty much everywhere and they're pretty clean and neat. And here's some space for the kids, and I think they're gonna have sort of a celebration going on today. Well, today is Sunday. Well, of course they have something going on. So this is the first impression from the neighborhood from where I'm staying. It's very nice, it's very clean. However, it still remains the same. It's windy, it's reasonably fresh, and it can be rainy, but we are hopeful, I'm hopeful that nothing will happen today. So I'll see you in a few minutes in the supermarket. Okay, we're about to open the grocery shop. I can't talk so much there because I don't want to offend anybody, but I just want you to look at the whole place is full of fridges, and okay, here you go. So everything is full of this frozen food here, really everything. And now you are not surprised that actually the UK has quite a big problem with obesity and unhealthy lifestyles. So it's actually quite worse than at home in Germany. So we just go to another row and you will see everything is frozen food, high energy dense food. That's why people grow so fat. And I will show you here. This is the Coke they're very proud of. This is about 2.5 liters. And here are the chips. This is about, see, yeah, it's huge. So you can see it's super huge. You can't get this at home in Germany. And yeah, that's why we actually discussed this during the conference as well, because it was a physical activity and healthy eating conference. And well, yeah, I can see why they do this here and why they need to put a lot of effort, because the food industry is just very strong. Okay, with this I will show you again a bit on the old town later on, and yeah, I just make a move now. See you there. So you see the old town of Edinburgh, basically, sort of the historic Edinburgh, and it leads all obviously up to the hilltop where the Castle of Edinburgh is located. And just right behind me is New Edinburgh, or the new town. So of all some fancy shops, but also some older buildings, some smaller alleys, and here this traditional British taxi, kinda cool. So it's basically just opposite here. So the new town is basically a surrounding old town, and I will go up there in a while and show you how this looks like, because this is quite different from what you see here. However, it's very beautiful, I would say. Okay, see you over there. So here we are right in front of the Edinburgh Castle. It actually was established because it's on the hilltops, and it was a great line of defense for enemies. However, the last military action this castle has seen was in 1745, and since then it served as the headquarters for the Scottish arm of the British Army. So this is how the castle looks like, and you will see here it's basically on top of the city, more or less. So you can see there's a little bit of construction work going on, disturbing the view, but well, that's okay. So I'm just going in a little bit, not too much. I don't think I would fancy to really go in. Well, okay, so this is the entrance here. So again, this is the castle is actually the very reason why Edinburgh was established. Without this castle, there won't be the city. And we are in the heart of Old Town, so I will just show you in a while the rest of Old Town, which is quite a bit different than New Town. Here's some massive doors, of course, and here we still see the architect of this castle is the hill, so nature. So it's full of people today because it's Sunday, so a lot of people coming up here, a lot of tourists, and that's fine. Again, I'm probably not going in because I'm really not too fancy, and well, it's about $25, so it's quite a bit expensive, I feel. And yeah, again, I'm not really interested. But still cool, so I'd rather walk through Old Town because I think there's a lot more to see than that. Okay, so see you back in Old Town. I'm going out from there, and I will see you there. I'm about to enter Old Town. I mean, the cities are right behind me. Is the castle. There's a construction which is a bit, well, not too nice. Anyway, so here we are seeing Old Towns. You see the churches there, the buildings, and I will just walk down the road and see what I can see. Obviously, a lot of souvenir shops and postcards and so forth. Okay, I will again zoom in when I can see something that's interesting. Just a few steps down from the castle, here is the Edinburgh Festival Centre in a giant cathedral or church. So this is where all the major functions are happening, and this is in the middle of Old Town. You can see these older buildings. This is where basically the population lived in the Middle Ages. And from what I've read, the population density was extremely high. There were about 400,000 people living in Old Town and surrounding areas, which is approximately the same population that Edinburgh is currently. So you can see all these little shops here, very traditional, and I will just show you a few probably of the whiskey distilleries. Alright, I'm still in a Royal Mile for obvious reasons, still in Old Town. It's just again further down the road, and it's basically quite a big church, I would say, and I will go in a while. However, what's interesting here is basically here you can see and hear the traditional Scottish music. I will try to capture that. Maybe I've heard this before. We had this during a conference and it was very, very nice, but as far as I know, it's very exhausting. So here basically there's a pub, there's a souvenir shop selling these Scottish cashmere. You might know the shawls and specific Scottish clothes, traditional wear sort of, or there's a church, or yeah, some other street art or whatsoever. But it goes down quite a bit here, and yeah, I will really try next time to show you a whiskey distillery, or at least a whiskey shop, and tell you a bit about it then. Alright, so again a last view to the musician, and then I'm going on. So I walked down almost the whole Royal Mile, and these are basically houses that I think are pretty old and where people used to live and are still living, and it's surprising that they're in such a very good condition, and it's still like on the same road as the castle. So it's basically going further down here, and I just walked about, I would say it's about 80% down, so pretty much at the end of the road. But yeah, these are the traditional houses. Quite great. Alright, there's an interesting spot, is the Queen's residence in Scotland. So just there's the Queen's Gallery here, basically this building, and right opposite of it, it's about 5 meters. You will see the Scottish Parliament, which I can also visit, and I'll see what I can get in. But I believe they let people in. So this is the Parliament, which is basically just at the end of the Royal Mile. So when you walk up this road here, you're ending up right at the castle, and this is the Scotch Parliament, where I will try to get in now, and I will see whether this works out. And there's another hill actually. It's quite a famous one. I actually forgot the name, to be quite frank. But you can walk up there, and a lot of people do that. But I'm not sure whether I will do that, because I will be sweating and I don't have a shower until tomorrow, because at night is my flight. Anyway, so I know you're waiting for the whiskey distillery will be shown next, and the last quick view, Queen's residence in Scotland. Alright, next to the Scottish Parliament. I couldn't get in because it's closed for the public on Sundays, but this is a fantastic view here. There's a little park right in front of the Parliament, which is basically this building here, and then there is this trail going up the hill, and a very nice landscape here. So again, Parliament is right here. It's small because it's Scotland. It's not really big, but still very nice. Alright, this is the whiskey distillery where I said to you I'm gonna visit it. I'm not so sure whether this is this one, but definitely Edinburgh has the oldest whiskey distillery in the world, and as you can see already in the window, there's a lot of hot stuff. I'm just gonna go in now. See a lot of whiskey here. Some are very rare and obviously very expensive. Well, I guess if you want to get good whiskey, you just gotta come here. I'm not going to bring anything, but well, it's interesting. Alright, see you then. I'm at one of the main stations in Edinburgh, and it's interesting because it's a direct link. This is Newtown basically here. I'm just turning around, and I can go up to Old Town here through these small alleys. It's very nice, and it's really kind of really original. You feel like back in time. So it's really small. See here some tiny pubs as everywhere, corner, and there we are going up, and we are again on the main road. I think that's pretty fascinating. Okay, find a meal in the UK. Doesn't that look gorgeous and super unhealthy? These are chips, but I really want to eat the chips again, and doner meat. So yeah, we shall see what happens. Hopefully it's good. Anyway, I will just send you another, or give another update when I'm at the airport, but that's about it in the UK. Alright, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and this was my bed for the last 3 hours. Yes, I was sleeping again at the airport because my flight is at 6 AM, so I got to check in now, and yeah, it was not the best bed, but I slept about 3 hours, so which is quite okay. So overall, yeah, UK doesn't have the best food for sure. The weather is okay occasionally, but generally not really nice. It's mostly cold, windy, and quite a bit rainy. And generally people are very nice, very polite, and that's probably what you know from British people, quite polite people. So that's it from Edinburgh. I will see where I go next. So 30 countries are done. See you then.